back from the crash. And I have no interest in talking to the man. He's a goddamn prisoner who tried to kill us, so why the fuck would I talk to you? When talking to me means, yeah, I'll try to kill you to the best of my abilities, and I'll try to talk in a desperate effort to save my own life. I'm not interested in talking. Head jailer's journal. Curtain Faint ate another inmate today. Solitary confinement may be the only solution. Emmernick fell asleep on the job again today. He has been reprimanded and demoted to storeroom duty on the main floor. Meeting with my cousin, Lady Tanglebrook, in the tunnels today. The poor woman has lost almost everyone to the wailing death, and I fear there is little I can do to console her.
I shall do as you ask. Yeah!
I'm hoping these chests might be special in some way. No weapon ineffective, so we're not getting through that.
Crack some heads! Don't just stand there! Crack some heads!
I think the save game image corruption, at least in the original campaign, is tied to custom images. Not sure if it's 100% true, but I think that's at least my experience, that if you pick an image that is already for your character, an image that is used by the standard images for the game, you won't suffer that much from it. I haven't noticed it happening in any custom content or really in the other expansion pack adventures, so I wonder if I can change the portrait. Yes. There is a decent vanilla portrait, and I'd rather have a fairly unremarkable looking portrait than suffer from ashes. Holy crap, we don't want to go into this direction. 1000 something, yeah, probably a lot earlier. Yeah, now we're talking. It's a half orc portrait, so it should fit us just fine. And if we are able to truly mitigate the problem or even eliminate it, it's worth taking. It's not that big of a deal. Especially since it's only in this campaign where we might have to suffer from it. We need to go something that isn't human. Human male, okay. Now we're talking. Let's take this. It's a clear half or portrait. Weapon is not obvious, we are a warrior, so it's still very fitting. Former guards and the head jailer. Yeah. Let's see what this is all about.
The rage of the Red Tiger unleashed!
Ooh, intellect devourer.
I shall take your life!
We have to kill all the guards before we can get to the intellect devourer now. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Can we get rid of them some other way?
You
Must not disturb the master. Must not disturb the master.
Yeah! I shall take...
We might as well go after these guys first.
You must not disturb.
Sack of flesh!
You
It's devouring my intelligence. Not exactly entirely unexpected. Yeah, we can damage it just fine. Still, it's fairly tough.
Fury.
But at the same time, it is going down. It isn't able to do much damage to us, and we're doing just fine against it. What is this? Some kind of confusion ability? That might be quite a bit more dangerous. Stunned. So we can't do anything. But these seem like disruption or support abilities. They're not abilities that allow you to get rid of an enemy. They'll delay the inevitable. And that's inevitable. Critical hit on us with a Skype. So even with the damage reduction, just disappeared immediately. Devourer's Brain. Excellent. So first water Davian creature ingredient secured. It wasn't too bad. I think we're going to go after whatever in the... Ooh, Sky +1, of course. Well, it's probably worth a few hundred gold. We're going to the Dark District very likely next. Because there were human opponents there, and we were doing very good against them. But I don't know what we're up against in Black Lake. I think in the slums we're up against undead, which means no critical hits. I don't know if we're going to do bad in the slums necessarily, but I think we're do better against living opponents. We might as well start with them. Yep. I'm gonna walk out of here. There's still part of the prison unexplored, and I do need to report our success here anyway.
Get him! What the... What's wrong with this thing?
I think it's only we can only open it from the other side. Not sure if it's worth going through. Maybe there's a handful of enemies we can kill. The experience is always welcome. It's less important after a few ones. What we really want now is a second attack. That'll make a huge difference in our combat capabilities. As long as we're limited to that one attack per round, there's a very real limit of what type of opponents we can stand up to. Most of the dedicated warriors, even at this stage, are probably beyond us until we get a change.
Get 'em! Skull die this day!
Well, I don't think these guys will be worth much. They'll be worth something, yes. Some bolts. Ooh, that's another sorcerer. This bad. Get it! Keep interrupting him. If we can still stop him from turning invisible, then we got him. We did shit. Single attack spell on us, and we're done for. Yeah, he protected himself from elemental damage. So now comes the fireball. I wish I could have just given Dale, yeah, too late. Given Dalen the order to attack something specific. Yeah, I'm bailing on this. Enjoy the fireball. Ooh, you did a good job evading it, actually. Shit, that's another fireball! Yep. Dalen does a much better job evading those. I guess that's because he's a barbarian.
Spill your guts! Now you got me mad!
Too late. Fireball 1. So I said, he's doing much better. I don't think he has more than 2 fireballs in him. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat a fireball. I'm so more impressed that he has so many invisibility spells. And there comes fireball. That we got interrupted. Done with it. For fuck's sake. There's no way we'll survive a fireball unless we're at full health. I'm just wondering. That's not exactly a low-level spell you're casting.
Get 'em! Skull Cleaver!
Please, Dalen, try to do something worthwhile. Keep attacking him. Okay, actually the normal prisoners will kill us this time. I'm bailing. Jalen should have the hit points to survive, even if he takes the fireballs. Huh, so... why did you come here? And... fuck. We're not leaving the bastard alive after all this. Where is he?
Ortano!
Great axe. Yeah, because that's what the sorcerer was carrying. A great axe.
Is there some...
Ugh. Random loot is a bit too random for me. And of course. And traps and whatever. Oh crap. Keep your loot. More trouble than it's worth.
Welcome. Do you well done? That was
Yeah, I got the reagents. Yeah, whatever.
Of course. I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know.
Can I get the healing?
I will do my best to answer what questions I may.
No,
Farewell.
no. Give me the
Welcome
healing.
back. It is but one small.
Yeah, I'm sure she had a lot of interesting things to say. And by that I mean I'm sure she didn't. More importantly, I'm not interested in listening. I need to go and report our success to the person responsible for the Peninsula District. That should give us a couple of 100 coins, which isn't much, but we only have a couple of 100, so it might make a decent difference. I'm definitely leaning toward taking knockdown immediately. It'll push back the weapon master levels again, but there's just nothing we can do with a mage, really. With the knockdown we might be able to interrupt the constant casting and that way survive quite a bit better, but so I think it's a much more valuable thing to take than trying to rush towards the weapon master as fast as possible.
Hello there. I'm glad to see people alive. I'm not sure what happened in the prison, but whatever it was, it's had a big effect on everyone out here.
The escaped prisoners seem to be a little less vicious. Certainly they are still dangerous, but whatever was driving the riot seems to be gone. I have no explanation. Head jailer Elephant was controlled by something. Yes, I heard that it was the Waterdavian intellect devourer. I also heard that you turned the remains of it to Arabeth. Good work. Her word is good enough proof that you did the job. I assume the 300 gold danger pay is sufficient. Yes, that'll do nice. Ooh. Yeah, we can try to threaten to harm him or decline the reward or try to persuade. I don't see any negatives in trying to persuade, even though we're likely never going to succeed in it. I went through considerable trouble to get this. Wouldn't a higher reward be suitable? No. This is militia business, sir, and we played by the book. I'll make note of your concern in my report. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare the report to present to Lord Nasher. He is not well, but news of your success should lift his spirits some. I'll take your word for it. Well, we got a handful of mildly interesting items. They aren't worth much, but better than nothing. Yeah, I think I noticed a shop here. See what the prices and offering are here. The prices aren't terribly good, but at least the reaction is neutral. That's probably the best we've gotten so far. Magical cloaks, crappy armor, crappy weapons. Oh, potions, good ones too. Especially antidotes and heals. And city maps, I'm not really interested in those. Magic bags of some worth. There are weaker versions of bags of holding. Not sure how we're going to do the identifying these random items. There has to be a maybe through a potion of lore. It gives a temporary boost to your lore value, so we might be able to identify the weaker items. The problem with them is they're not probably not worth 100 gold it costs to identify anything. So we have two options: either the lore pile works, or we're gonna basically throw them away or sell them for 1 gold. I think I'm selling this guy the way. At most, we're going to port this one into something, and even that depends on what the ending result will be. There are other weapons where adamantine will produce. I'm pretty guaranteed will produce something very good. Basically, a flaming weapon, which would be, even if we're not specialized in one, I'd still take one. Okay, we have 2,000 gold pieces. Somewhere around 3,000, I'd guess, was the backup holding. So that's something I want to keep an eye out. With that, it's not really the weight even that I'm concerned about. It's more about the inventory space. Naturally, being able to reduce the carry weight helps a lot. It's not the main concern I have. There are a lot of minor buildings we could go into, but I don't really see the point. Any items we want to drop? Journal. No, not really. Yeah, I think we're good. We might as well just go after something else at this point. We have the docks are probably a good choice for a couple of reasons. One is the enemies are more or less something that we already face in the Peninsula District, so we have the means to take them down. Another thing is the smuggler coins. The advantage there is that they can be traded into some items and even some medical items, and we really could use pretty much anything at this point. We might even get a couple of armors or weapons as trade, so we can afford something out of them. We don't have much items we can use as forging components at the moment though, so it would have to wait. We could still gather up the smuggler's coins. Yeah, I think there's a couple of weapons, maybe shield, belts, cloaks. Couple armors. On their own, they're not that impressive, but if we could compare, especially on the armor front, I'm curious. There's only 4 recipes, and requires holy water, diamond, gargoyle skull, and adamantine. You probably know it's actually 3: diamond, holy water, and a gargoyle skull. White bone armor, scales of truth, chromatic breastplate. Chromatic breastplate is I think it provides protection from elemental damage. Not much, but still. And at this point, especially against spellcasters, that would be very useful. Not sure if Scales of Truth or Whitebone armor is better. I'm pretty sure one of them will be the armor we're gonna go with. At least an armor class equivalent to a full armor plus some kind of a other ability. So Gargoyle Skull, Holy Water, and a Diamond are what we're interested in. I think the Breastplate probably has the weakest armor class since it has the best special ability out of the armors. We could adamantine and a double axe. Double axe of the Tallkin. Doesn't sound promising. Usually you can tell something about the name. Ice Reaver, probably ice damage. Gladiator Club, no idea. Ironwood Mace, no idea. It just doesn't sound all that good. Storm Light Hammer, so electrical damage. Anti-undead, Mace of Disruption. That might be actually destroy undead ability, so very good. Sword of Saint. Could be sonic damage. No, Astral Blade probably has sonic damage. Desert Wind would be a flaming weapon. I don't particularly care how much the elemental damage on a weapon would be, but the more the better naturally, because we would not be even remotely interested in the normal damage. It depends on the crafting component too. There's going to be a limited amount of them, maybe 2 to 3 at most of a single type. So we're going to have to spread around. We're probably going to find more crafting equipment than we have actually weapons for them or equipment to craft them. I'm not going to buy weapons, medical weapons to craft things to. I would if I'd have if I would actually use it myself, but for others, you know, I don't think it's financially all that viable. A couple of recipes might be an exception, but for most, I think you would be basically ending up with nothing extra. On the other hand, with the normal weapons, I think it makes sense. They're about worth 500-600 gold if you just sell them as weapons. With an investment of additional 500 into them, you can probably get something close to 2000. So you'll get your investment back and more. But yeah, Dark District.